The Italian boy was here, so they splashed out. It's for free as well, they said, don't worry.
Yeah, right.
Yuck.
Ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to our channel. We wanted to have a bit more of a sit-down video and just talk about how we've been feeling traveling. It's been a couple weeks and just go a bit more in depth of, you know, how it's matched our expectations, how we felt. And before that we were in Kuala Lumpur, as you've seen on our previous video, which was like so amazing and so nice, but obviously it's a big city and we were kind of craving like, okay, let's go to a sort of more like village vibe, not village vibe, but a smaller town that seems to be really close to nature. And then when we got there, it was like so difficult to reach nature, which on the map, like when you zoom in, you're like, oh, there's so much nature all around. But parks that we went to is like, oh, this is super commercialized. It's like a bunch of restaurants and you have to pay to get a little boat to see a place. Ipoh was a beautiful town. I think on the last day when we made friends, when we went out, had drinks, actually enjoyed the Chinese New Year festivities, I really suddenly, there was a bit of a switch and I really appreciated the town for what it is, of this old colonial town of sorts, where stuff is pretty run down, but then you have these beautiful street art places and just people using this sort of like rundown vibe and making beauty out of it, which felt really inspiring, and we haven't seen that anywhere else really.
And rundown, not in the sense of like neglected city, but there was a really interesting sense of like empty spaces inside the city itself, and then reading a little bit about the current history of Ipoh, like feeling like it's this city in between, like busy during like festivities and being very traditional, but also having a lot of people migrating from it. It was, yeah, I guess we really experienced that part of the city.
We saw some amazing cave temples, which were just beautiful. Yeah, we spent a day basically just seeing all those temples, so we felt really lucky to experience that, especially during Chinese New Year. It was definitely interesting to see the Chinese influence. Apparently it's at least 40% of Chinese people living in Ipoh. So what a place to experience the new year. And yeah, we ended up finding little treasures, some really good coffee places, a really cool vintage shop where I got this. Pure champagne!
Yum! And there is the champagne pocket in the back, just to have the bottle here. Next time we get sick, just to dull the pain down. No?
Don't encourage.
I do encourage. I encourage.
We wanted to make connections, we wanted to make friends, meet people, and we've just found it surprisingly difficult. I think it's due to being a couple where I think maybe people approach you less, and obviously we need to put in the effort and the energy, but when you're so overstimulated with traveling, with making plans, figuring out a new place, I just found myself not really having that extra energy.
Working as a couple and organizing things together that we both want to do, it does require a bit of extra energy, which is not a bad thing. It's just something that you need to keep into account when traveling like this. And you know, yeah, a lot of energy goes in to you know, in this relationship, which is great, but also, yeah, it kind of leaves not that much energy to maybe explore other connections. We still managed anyway, it just was that little bit more complex, I would say.
Yeah, we ended up making friends and having a really good time on the last day, actually, which was so lovely, and it really made us feel really good. Around that time, I was like PMSing a little bit, feeling a bit overstimulated, and just kind of needing space, because when you're stuck in hostel rooms all the time and just like literally 24/7 together, it's not that I like necessarily want to be apart from Luca, but it's like my body's like, okay, I actually just need a moment to zone the heck out and not interact with anyone. So I went off and went to this like lake thing, and Luca had a walk around town, and it really kind of regenerated a certain amount of energies. And it was nice to be able to be like, yeah, let's just have a day and just like not think about it too much.
Do some laundry.
Yeah, that's what
basically,
you did.
Yeah. It really helped, because sometimes you don't know what's happening, and you need that space to be like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on me and what's inside, and then you find out little things that you weren't aware of, you know? And you can start pointing, okay, this is, because as I was saying before, compiling and finally resulting in this little tension that doesn't really need to exist.
Yeah.
So just deconstruct it whilst you're by yourself, and then you're fine afterwards.
Exactly, and maybe we just, had such a tough start to it, and it was like we were needing a bit of space to process, like, okay, this isn't like the dreamy, happy traveling we imagined, like, this has been like sickness and overstimulation. So just like, being like, that's okay, just like process those emotions and feelings, and then, to feel good again, or to just be at peace with not feeling the best.
Like something that probably really like unconsciously influenced us whilst in Ipoh, and you really in those bunch of weeks has been like Chinese New Year, because there hasn't been a night in which we didn't go awakened by some really strong bangs. So our sleep was probably not good at all. So being tired for sickness, being tired for the improvised travel, being tired from the lack of sleep, it just compiles up, and then, you know, you end up being a bit exhausted, and you don't really know why.
So thank you for watching this far, and thanks for listening to us talking. Hopefully it's interesting to get our sort of like perspective rather than just visuals of places.
Our ramblings, I know we definitely need to narrow down a specific style, I think, for these vlogs and whatever, but right now we're just going with the flow, learning as we're going along, and stuff will improve. It's just like a slow process, because we want to focus on living these moments as well, and not just like shooting them. So this is what you're getting for now, but it's gonna get better. Just give us a chance, okay?
It's also just on our phones, you know, so I'm really looking forward to be able to shoot beautiful stuff on my camera.
Ari Alexa Mini.
Shh, don't tell them.
The purchase, the big purchase coming.
Thank you for watching. Lots of love.
Bye.